The mustard seed is new to Saskatoon, although it's been around for a long time. We have Twila Reddekopp, the housing manager, with us today. Thanks for coming down to the studio. Appreciate that.
Thanks for having me.
I want to talk about you and your role with the mustard seed. The housing manager that we badly need for many of our clientele and the vulnerable people that are on the street. And the mustard seed has kind of come to the table, if you will, to help Saskatoon with that. Can you share some light on the mustard seed and how it came to be here?
The mustard seed's vision is to eliminate homelessness completely. That is, in Saskatoon, we all know, a very lofty goal, but and they like to reduce poverty where they serve. So with them coming into Saskatoon, they do have the goal of helping all those that are less fortunate, all that fall in the vulnerable population. And starting with the building at 304 2nd Avenue South, 227 20th Street East, that corner there. Yep. That is now completely a supportive housing environment. There's 71 clients in there, and they're very focused on trying to bring those clients to be the best that they can be. So we're trying to have a lot of internal wraparound supports for them in order for them to be able to move forward with their life. And
it's a home. It's not just a temporary overnight.
No, it is their home. We say that we work in their house. We're privileged to be in their house, and we're privileged to be able to serve the clients that are in there.
And how do they become clients and acquire or live in that particular space? An application or?
Eventually, that's what would happen. Right now, they've inherited, if you will, the clients that were in that building prior to them coming in December 1st. But eventually, we would hope that we could move some of those clients out into community and independent living, and we would have room to bring others into the program.
Can you give us an example of maybe one or two clients that have kind of progressed through the mustard seed operation or have lived in it?
Not as of yet. We still have, we've still got some sort of borderline independent that probably within a couple of months we would be able to move them out into community. But a lot of it depends on where they also feel that they can get with their life. A lot of our programming is geared around life skills. That for us, I think the key is to keep them busy. Then they have less tendencies to want to, I call it, get into mischief. So there is a lot of programming in the building that they can attend every day. There's actually some that we sort of mandate that they attend because we know that it will help with their life skills. So we work to put a sort of an individual model for each of the clients together, sort of a case plan, if you will, and find out what their goals are, their ambitions are, where they would like to go, maybe how they want to get there. And depending on how fast they can go through that, might be for the opportunity for them to move into independent living or into community, as we would call it.
Is there a time limit that a resident would have to stay, or can they stay for a month, a week, a year?
A year, 2 years, and some maybe they will always be in some type of supportive housing environment, but maybe not as intense as what the mustard seed currently has. So they could move out to, say, maybe they only have help a couple days a week. Mm-hmm. Maybe they only have help with appointments, grocery shopping, that kind of thing. Whereas right now, they get help with everything.
Is there any way that the community can be involved, or do you look for the growth of a volunteer base, as the mustard seed has been here a very short time? Mm-hmm. Would there be opportunities for people that want to get involved that could volunteer in the future?
Absolutely. The mustard seed has built a lot of their programs on volunteers, meaning that we love for volunteers to come in and assist with different types of things, whether it's maybe cooking in the kitchen or maybe help serving meals, or maybe spending time with clients, helping them do their laundry, sitting down with them during one of the programming times, assisting them with whatever project is during that program time, those kinds of things. So we will be looking to build a volunteer base very, very soon. The seed.ca is the website, and it is full of information that they can go to and sign up to volunteer. It explains a little bit more about volunteering, whether it's just a single person, whether it's a business, whether they want to do it sort of under a corporate group, and 1 week it's 10 from this department, next week it's 5 from that department, whatever it is. But they can find out a lot of information about volunteering on the website.
So would there be, as a charitable organization, would there be donations that would be accepted, or could
Absolutely.
people contribute, sponsor?
Yeah, monetary donations, item donations, I'll call it, like clothing, shampoos, soaps, any kind of hygiene products, those kinds of things. Also bedding. But again, they can go to the website and say, we've got this. Are you interested? Or
That's fair, yeah.
there's also a phone number on the website that they can call, and they'll be directed to us in Saskatoon. And if we have the opportunity, we'll give them a shopping list of what we do need, in those moments. But absolutely, donations are very graciously accepted.
So what would you look for and invite the community, anyone watching, to be able to say, gosh, that sounds like something I'd want to do? Would they talk to you as a housing manager?
We're going to have a community engagement person coming on very shortly, and they would be the contact person. So that will sort of be able to make things go a lot easier. If somebody says, you know what, I'd love to sign up to be a volunteer, what kind of things do you like to do? I love to cook. I love to clean. I love to knit. I love painting, whatever it is. And then we can try and slot them in at a time where we're capturing what they enjoy doing with some of the clients that enjoy doing that particular activity.
Did you see any challenges with the mustard seed coming here? I mean, it's, as far as I understand, the first in the province, in Saskatchewan anyway.
Yeah, it is.
Were there any challenges in the mustard seed coming to Saskatchewan? And
I don't know so much if it was a challenge for the mustard seed. I think it was just a challenge for community. Community had certain expectations for a new service operator to come in. I think we've done a very good job of starting to meet those expectations, especially outside. But I think more than anything, it wasn't the mustard seed as the mustard seed. It was just, what do you think that you can do better kind of sort of feeling, if anything?
yeah, I think it's pretty easy to criticize and be an
absolutely.
armchair contributor, I guess, to solutions. And for those of us involved in the front lines, it's challenging work. What would you say for someone who is hearing about this for the first time? Is it something that, you have a number of locations in Alberta and one in British Columbia now.
Yep.
What would people expect to see when they hear about the organization, in terms of, I maybe have a relative that I should recommend that they come and contact you? And because it sounds to me like many people may have someone that taught them how to manage a household, balance a checkbook, make a bed, but for many there never was that.
No, there wasn't.
It's the volunteer and the staff network that you have that kind of gets involved in personal development, shall we say.
Yep, personal development, life skills. So many of us are fortunate enough that we take all of that for granted. It's automatic. We get up in the morning, have a cup of coffee, have a shower, make our bed, get dressed, clothes in our closet that are clean, get up and go to work. That is just our routine. There's many that don't have that, but there is many that have a desire to do that. And we have the honor of trying to assist them to get to that point.
So if you look at the next, I don't know, spring of 25, summer and fall, do you see anything in the next 6 months or so that would kind of let us, the community, know what to expect from the organization?
I think, give us probably another couple of months, and our volunteer network will have started to sort of come together. People come into the building, they help, they assist with something, they go home or they go back to work and they say, you know what I did yesterday? So a lot of that is going to get out just by people talking. We had done a media blitz in January, towards the end of January, And I had made a statement at one point that I said, just give us a little bit of time, just wait, and we'd like to invite you back come summertime, because I think by then a lot of our programming will be up and running, it'll be solid. We do have a fair amount of programming running already, but some of it will rely on volunteers, because as much as we have enough staff and the one-to-ones that we're able to do with clients, in order to be able to help all 71 of those clients and teach them new things, we need more than just us. So volunteers will become a very big part of that. One program that we're hoping to start is just basic cooking skills. So, some of us can, burn a house down. Some of us are bang-up cooks, some of us are bang-up baker, but I'm sure that there's some volunteers out there that would love to come and share, the basics of cooking skills to people who are eager to learn. Maybe there's some that want to come in and do a little bit of quiet time, knitting, crocheting, painting. We have cultural programming on Wednesdays. We're looking to expand that 3 to 4 days a week. So there is an opportunity for doing different things in those times as well. Our Wednesday programming with Indigenous culture has become a really big part of the programming. We've set aside, originally it was an hour, and then it's 2, now it's 3. And on Fridays they have free time. And a lot of times whatever we were doing on Wednesday, can we finish that? You bet. So things are really starting to come together. We have a ways to go. But I think, give us a few months, and by spring, I think it would be great if we could have a couple open houses so people could actually come in and see what we're doing.
Is there a website or a phone number that you would prefer people to maybe start there before they call, perhaps?
Mm-hmm. They can go to theseed.ca. They can see overall what the seed is about. Yep. They can also, on the right-hand side at the top, there's a drop-down menu for location. So if they just click on Saskatoon, they can see a little bit about what we're about right now. Not a lot of information, but if you look at Calgary and Edmonton, a lot of that, not in scope, but in theory, is the same. So they would get a very good idea of the Mustard Seed as an organization from the website.
Well, I say thank you and welcome to the Mustard Seed to Saskatoon. We can't wait to see the results and appreciate all the work that your organization is doing.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
That's our show for today. I'd like to thank our guests, Cameron Choquette and Twila Reddekopp. I'm your host, Randy Shabilo. We'll see you next time on Connect.